गुस्सा तो घर घर का किस्सा. Few months back, I was happened to be one of my relatives' house. There, my uncle got very angry. He started shouting at his wife. Where are you? Come here fast. The wife came running. Then he said, where is my spade? I could not find my spade. How many times I told you? ठीक से रखना चश्मा, ठीक से रखना. How can I read the newspaper right now? Go and find it out. The wife said, I have not kept your spade. He said, you have not kept, then who has kept? You must have kept. I have not kept, but you have kept. Where I have kept? Well, it is on your head. On my head? Oh, okay, it's all right. But next time, you must keep it in a proper place. ये अल्बर्ट पिंटो का गुस्सा क्यों आता है? And you will find these Albert Pintos in every house, irrespective of gender. आज के एपिसोड गुस्सा का किस्सा. Those who are new to my channel, for those, let me give my brief introduction. I am Anutosh Bhakta, professor, life skill coach, and nutritionist. चलिए हम और आप मिलकर देखते हैं लाइफ चेंजिंग चैनल कौन बनेगा काबिल. चलिए शुरू करते हैं आज का एपिसोड गुस्सा का किस्सा. We'll be discussing 3 points. Number 1, bad effects of anger on our health. Number 2, why we become angry. And number 3, what is the best way to control our anger. Point number 1, the bad effects of anger on our health. You know, the anger is very, very dangerous because if it becomes your habit, then you might encounter with many diseases like blood pressure, cholesterol, high blood sugar, cancer, stroke, हार्ट अटैक एक्सेट्रा. ये बात कुछ हजम नहीं हुआ है ना? Naturally, because I do not have the authority to preach on these diseases, I have taken the help of a renowned medical practitioner and professor, Padma Bhushan Dr. B.M. Hegde. Now I will be showing you a clip on Dr. B.M. Hegde. बहुत ध्यान से देखिएगा ये क्लिप. This clip is of 4 minutes और ये 4 मिनट आपका जीवन में 40 लाख रुपया बचा सकते हैं. So please see it very, very carefully.
This is the homeland of Padma Bhushan Dr. B.M. Hegde, whom famous jurist Nani Palkhiwala had called the only cardiologist in the world with a loving heart. Hegde can be called the living legend in the world of medical science. He received MD from King George's University of Medical College, Lucknow, with DGHS scholarship from Government of India. Later, he flew to England to specialize in cardiology. This was years before the allopathy medicine grew popular in India.
And one good thing to avoid a heart attack to the extent possible is to avoid hating anybody. Compassion, you love everyone, help others if you can, because this world can go on only by mutually helping each other.
Dr. Hegde became professor in Mysore Medical College. In 1964, he was invited to Mangalore Kasturba Medical College by Dr. T.M.A. Pai. He assumed office as tutor, dean and pro-vice chancellor. Later, he became the vice chancellor of Manipal University. He also became visiting professor at various universities in England and the United States. In 1982, he was appointed in Middlesex Hospital Medical School, and till 2005, he was a human health affiliate professor in Northern Colorado University.
Why do you get depressed? Because you are frustrated. Why do you get frustrated? Because you are defeated. Why do you get defeated? Because of competition. Why is competition? For money. Ultimately, it comes to money.
Dr. Hegde, who is 78 and still roaming the world energetically, is one of the greatest doctors that ever lived on this planet.
How do you get disease? Krodha. You know what Krodha is? Anger. Anger. Anger and danger are just one letter apart. D, you add D to anger, it becomes danger. And anger is an emotion which kills you. One of the very important causes of stroke is anger, sudden bout of anger. So what mankind needs is universal compassion. So it's not what you eat that kills you, it is what eats you that kills you, your negative feelings. It's all chemistry, it's all adrenaline, and you get more parasympathetic things. Your pulse rate comes down, your heart rate comes down, your cholesterol comes down, your sugar comes down, your blood pressure comes down, your chance of getting cancer comes down. Because we are created, we are here because of someone else's compassion. So you have to be compassionate to others.
The mind is the environment of the body. I am repeating this. The mind is the environment of the body. So if you have to get any disease to the mind and to the body, it's again the mind that affects the whole thing. And if you want to get rid of it, you have to change your mind. So in short, mind your mind, and that will mind your illness and wellness. Now what is the most important part of the mind? Your thinking. The most dangerous part of the environment of mind is arrogance, hubris. I. You know I. You all know I. I starts illness. You just change that I into we, wellness. That's all the difference. Did you understand? The difference between illness and wellness is how you look at yourself. If you think you are the biggest man under the sun, you are always ill. Remember that. So let us create a generation of healthy minds. And if you have a healthy mind, you have a healthy body. And that's where it is. The usual saying, in a healthy body, there is a healthy mind, is not wrong. It's the other way around. When a healthy mind and a healthy body, they reside together, diseases disappear.
So the gist of Dr. Hegre's speech is number one, anger is very dangerous because anger is just one letter apart from danger. Number two, don't hate anyone. Number three, love everybody to love your health. If we follow the advice of Dr. Hegre, we do not have to donate 40 plus lakhs rupees to the doctors, to the hospitals. And अगर donate करना ही है, तो donate to the poor. Why to the doctors? Why to the filthy rich doctors? Now point number two is why we become angry. See, life में every time, every moment we face कुछ ना कुछ consequence. Say for example, you are not getting your shirt in the almirah of your choice. You are not getting the dinner of your choice. You are not getting a soap in the bathroom. When something happened not the way you want, you become angry. Why it is so? The reason is something happened not the way you want and you are not accepting it. Then you become angry. Just try to understand. Something has happened and you cannot change it. We cannot change it because we cannot rewind the consequences, isn't it? So something has already happened, but you are not able to accept the consequences and it becomes anger. But when something has happened not the way you want, but you have accepted it, then it becomes the tolerance. Situation is the same situation. In first, you could not accept it, so it becomes anger. In the second, you have accepted it, so it becomes a tolerance. So the first thing, the very first thing is this: you will have to accept the consequences. Acceptance is the very fast criteria. चलिए एक एग्जाम्पल के साथ ये चीज और अच्छे से समझते हैं. Say I am about to go out of my house for a party in my boss's house. Now, when I was going out, my wife unknowingly pushed me and my spec fell on the ground. And I could not accept it. So I became very angry. I said, what you are doing, you cannot see. Now other chashma toot jata, so I would have been in trouble. So I become very angry. Now I have reached to the boss's house. Then the boss's house, the same thing happened. The boss came to meet me and unknowingly he also pushed me and my spec fell on the ground. Will I shout? Definitely not. I will say, it's okay sir, no problem, no issue, no issue. Now why it is so? Because in that case, the situation is the same. But in that case, I have accepted the consequences. So that means that becomes a tolerance. So in the first case, I could not accept it when my wife pushed me. So it becomes anger. Now in the second case, the situation is the same, but I could accept it. So it becomes a tolerance. So the first thing is your acceptance of consequence. Because every day, every moment, you will face some consequences. This is absolutely normal in life. So, if you want to protect your peace, your happiness, and the quality of life, the first thing, very first thing is acceptance. Please, life is not designed to oblige our emotion. Our emotion do not change anything about our life. It is not only true with the emotion anger, it is true with each and every emotion. I'll give you some example. Say, you are facing some uncertainty and you are not accepting it. So it becomes a fear. You are facing some uncertainty and you are accepting it. So it becomes the adventure. Suppose somebody has something and you do not have. Now when you are not able to accept it, it becomes a jealousy. But somebody has something and you are able to accept it, it becomes the inspiration. Mera bhi kabhi hoga. So you will try to find it out, that man, how he has met that, and you will try to make in future. So it becomes your inspiration. Take another example. Somebody has hurt you and you are not going to accept it. So it becomes the hatred. But somebody has hurt you, but you are accepting it. So the same situation will become the forgiveness and it will protect your peace. So the equation of life is something plus acceptance equal to the positive emotion, something plus non-acceptance equal to the negative emotion. If you have more negative emotions, that means you are more disturbed in life. If you have more positive emotions, you have more peace, more happiness, more quality of life. So truth of life is, more I resist, more I fight the battle. The third point, how to control anger effectively. Now in this regard, you will be getting many solutions in the net. Many motivational speaker has given the solution. Let us hear the solution of one of the motivational speakers.
Think positive, man. Think positive. सकारात्मक सोचना चाहिए. जैसी आपकी सोच होगी वैसी आपकी दुनिया होगी. बी पॉजिटिव. कभी आपको नकारात्मकता अगर सताए, शीशे के सामने जाइए और खुद से बोलिए, तू इस दुनिया को बदल सकता है. तू अपनी किस्मत बदल सकता है. तू सब कुछ बदल सकता है. feel confident, feel positive. All the best, guys. डिप्रेशन में आ गया, कहता वो थिंक पॉजिटिव, शीशा खाए, तू इस दुनिया को बदल सकता है, तू अपनी किस्मत बदल सकता है, तू कुछ नहीं बदल सकता है.
नहीं, I will not give this kind of a solution. ये solution है और illusion. I will give you a सस्ता, सुंदर, टिकाऊ solution which is very, very effective and easy to use. So what is the solution? देर हम एक छोटा सा ब्रेक के बाद कहीं जाइएगा मत. मैंने यूं किया और यूं आया.
नमस्ते, मैं हूँ श्वेता और आप देख रहे थे लाइफ चेंजिंग चैनल कौन बनेगा काबिल. ये एपिसोड पसंद आए तो, अगर पसंद आए तो इसको सब्सक्राइब कीजिए, क्योंकि आगे काबिल बनने के लिए और भी एपिसोड हम लोग लेके आने वाले हैं. और घंटी बजाना नहीं भूलिएगा, क्योंकि आप अगर घंटी नहीं बजाएंगे तो आपके फ़ोन का घंटी कैसे बजेगा. और जैसे सभी को पता है कि खुशी अब बांटने से बढ़ती है, तो इसको शेयर कीजिए, व्हाट्सएप में शेयर कीजिए, फेसबुक, इंस्टाग्राम में शेयर कीजिए, और सब्सक्राइब कर लिया तो अब लाइक भी कर दीजिए.
वेलकम बैक. सो नाउ द सॉल्यूशन सस्ता, सुंदर एंड टिकाऊ, which is very effective and very easy to use. Point number 1, solution का point number 1. Point number 1 is accept the unchangeable. What does it mean? Consequences has happened with you which is not changeable because it has already happened. Because we do not have the time machine, we cannot rewind it. So the first thing is you'll have to accept it. So the first is accept the unchangeable. I'll give you one example. You have gone for a new movie, and while you are coming back, you find it is raining, heavily raining. So बारिश हो रहा है and you cannot change it. हो रहा है मतलब हो रहा है. So the first thing is you'll have to accept it. If you don't accept, you'll be disturbed. I should have brought the umbrella. I should have क्या? Umbrella नहीं लाया तो नहीं लाया. So you'll have to accept the situation because you cannot change the situation. So accept the unchangeable. Number 2, change the changeable. Now, next course of action is there are something which you can change. That means you can take some action so that you can change the situation. You can better the situation. So the next point is change the changeable. Example, say the door of your house is open and you did not notice. And one cat has come inside. बिल्ली घुस गया. तो बिल्ली घुस गया तो घुस गया. Okay, so you cannot change that. But next course of action is you'll have to make that billy out of your house. So take action so that that cat is out of your house. So first you'll have to accept the billy ghus gaya. Second, you'll have to change it, okay, which is in your control. Which is not in your control, you cannot change. But which is in your control, you can definitely change. So take action to get the billy out of your house. Number 3 is remove yourself from the unacceptable. What it mean? It means there are something which are unacceptable. Even you cannot change it. So that is unacceptable for you. So if the situation is such that you cannot accept it and you cannot change it and you cannot accept it also, So the solution is remove yourself from unacceptable. Let me give you one example. Suppose you have gone to the market and you are buying bananas. So you have bought 24 bananas, 2 dozens of bananas. Kele ka guchha. You find the 2 bananas a little rotten. Now you tell the fruit seller, in most of the cases, fruit seller will change it. So you are taking action to change and he has agreed. So fruit seller will change it in most of the cases. But if you find the fruit seller says, no, I cannot change. You'll have to take the entire kele ka guchha. This is how we sell, whatever is there. So that means you are not accepting this situation. And you cannot change the situation also. So remove yourself from the unacceptable. So what will be your action? Leave the bananas and go to the next shop. So remove yourself from that particular situation. Or an example, suppose you have taken an auto. Now before starting, the auto driver lit a cigarette and you are allergic to the cigarette. So he has already lit the cigarette, which you cannot change. The situation has already happened. So the first thing is that you have to accept it. Number 2, as I discussed, change the changeable. So how will you do that? You will tell the auto driver, okay, to drop the cigarette. Again, in most of the cases, most of the auto drivers will drop the cigarette. But if you refuse to do so, if you say, no, I have already lit, I have already taken the puff, I cannot do this. Simple, remove yourself from the unacceptable because you cannot accept it. So leave the auto, take the next auto. As simple as that. But there are some people who will be never at peace and will not allow others also to live in peace. I'll give you one example. See, in the flight, I have seen many people, regular flights, aircraft is designed in such a manner, so unless and otherwise it reaches to a certain height, AC do not start. Only little airflow will be there, but actually AC will not start. It is designed like that. And most of the people didn't know it. But even then, after sitting into the aircraft, there are people always ये करते ही रहते हैं. So they will also not at peace and they will not allow also others to remain at peace. Another common example, you are driving a car, okay, and stuck in a traffic jam. The red light is on and in front of you, so there are 20 cars and they will start honking. As if you horn, the situation will change. As if you horn, the red light will become a green light. It will not change. Red light will become a green light after certain time. And you are giving a horn, you are honking. So your car in front of you is not a helicopter, isn't it? उड़ के चला जाएगा. But still they start honking. So they will also not remain in peace and will not allow anybody to remain in peace. Anyway, so next time when you will feel disturbed, don't ask that who or what is disturbing me. Rather ask who or what I am not accepting. And you will be more peaceful. Now in this video, we have learned 3 points. Number 1, the bad effects of anger on our health. So anger is 1 letter apart from danger. So if anger becomes our habit, we invite blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, cancer, stroke, heart attack, and many life-threatening disease. Number two, why we become angry? Because when we cannot accept the consequences, which is unchangeable, we become angry. And number three is the solution, that how to control the anger. Sasta, Sundar and Tikau solution, that is ACR. Accept the unchangeable, C is change the changeable, and R is remove yourself from unacceptable. So let us remember that when we change, our world change. It's not that when the world change, our life change. Because we cannot change the world, but we can change ourselves. Because ये दुनिया को चेंज नहीं कर सकते हैं, we can change ourselves. खुद को चेंज कर. So world is not in my control, but I am in my control. So याद रखना, गुस्सा कम तो लाइफ में नो गम. गुस्सा ज्यादा करते हैं गधा. और गुस्सा भगाओ, स्वास्थ्य और पैसा दोनों ही बचाओ. ये एपिसोड कैसा लगा कमेंट करके जरूर बताइएगा. हम इंतजार में रहेंगे. तब तक खुश रहिए, खुशी बांटते रहिए. धन्यवाद.